In 2011, prior to that, Carolyn Barber, who's the powerhouse behind the cooperative really, in terms of she does the lion's share of all the work, she had a venue for an event that she wanted to put on around World Mental Health Day. And I was working at Solent, and I had a group of service users and lots of ideas and events that we wanted to put on, but nowhere to put them. So someone said to me, well, you better meet Carolyn because she's got somewhere to put something on and isn't quite sure what to put on. So we met up, and that was I put there a meeting of minds. That was back in 2011, which I can't believe is so long ago now. So our vision is to contribute to a society which values our mental and emotional health just as we do our physical health. We really wanted to challenge stigma and exclusion. And we have done lots of projects, and everything we do really is trying to bring mental well-being into the public sphere so that it's no longer seen as different or something other than to people.
We hear the term bounced around all the time, but what is this thing called well-being? It's a real challenge to define, and I say challenge because wellness really means something very different to each person on this planet.
My name is Claire Holloway, and I'm from the Good Mental Health Cooperative. So I got diagnosed bipolar, and it was all very negative, and I was in shock. And then I came across Sandy and Carolyn doing the Human Library. So the Human Library, it's now called Books Alive. We changed the name, but back then it was the Human Library. It's about where people or books, and you take someone out and have a discussion with someone. Instead of reading a book, you'll have a discussion with someone two ways. So my book's bipolar, so someone can come and take me out in a safe environment and ask me any question. Maybe they've got a friend who's bipolar, they don't want to ask him some questions, but they can ask me any question that they want.
So one of our underpinning principles is that we think that when you have been through any kind of mental distress, you're really unlikely to return to where you were, to being the person who you were. So therefore, recovery, whilst it's a good principle, we prefer to think in terms of discovery, that we are going to discover who we're going to be after that period of mental distress and emerge as a new, improved version of ourselves. And so we kind of have to discover who we are once we've been through some really life-changing, life-altering things that happen to us.
We went to Southampton University to talk to the nursing students there about bipolar. So it was like, it's kind of like a Human Library, but in a bigger version. So I had a group of, say, 6 to 8 people, students, and they can ask me any question that they want about bipolar. We just talk about my story, about my experience of bipolar, the manic highs, the depressive lows. And they're adult nursing students, but they only do a little snippet of mental health. So they ask some really important questions like, what's the best thing you can do for a person that's suffering from depression? We had a festival of the mind. That was in Portsmouth Cathedral, and I had an exhibition there. So I enjoy the Festival of the Mind because it's a big celebration of people with mental health problems, and we can express ourselves in ways that society don't let us express ourselves in.
Order has come in.
Is it not work? Well, no, I bow to you because I don't know whether it's working or not.
We're still talking about, we're meeting.
We're about to sign it on Friday.
Okay.
But actually, the Concordat is a sign up by partners to say they will try and address addressing people's needs who are in crisis.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's fine to sign a bit of paper, but we've actually got to make a service work now.
Yeah, exactly. We need resources to make that.
So art's very important for mental health because when you're in depression, all you can think about is yourself and the thoughts that's going through your head. You come to an art group, you get immersed in art, and it takes you out of your head for a while, and it takes you doing something different. And then afterwards you feel better because you've better perspective on things, because you've come out of all them feelings in your head. So the Nexus project is a project where we just teach women-only art group. So we celebrate the fact that we're women and we're in the art group. So I find teaching very rewarding because first of all you stand up and you explain what they're going to do. And I'm faced with 17 faces that are very scared looking, and I say, it's okay, just relax, calm down, I'll help you do it. And then I help them do it, and they get into it, and they really enjoy it, and they get absorbed by it. And then afterwards they come up with really good pieces of work that they've done, and they're really happy. So another project we done was the Trialogues, and that's where people come in to just debate a question, but you can have psychiatrists, service users, psychologists, all these people, they come into a room to debate a question, but they're not allowed to disclose who they are.
The importance of making use of the general knowledge that exists around mental well-being in the community and in those who we provide services for, and in some ways the folly of thinking that in services we're the experts when the people who live with mental distress every day are the people in mental distress.
My job was the visual note taker, so I had to go along, listen to the debate, and if someone's taking minutes, my job was to take notes and come up with 4 pieces of artwork based on what they've been talking about. I think we did the artwork as well as minutes because it's something visual for people to see. During lockdown we did the Zoom trialogues where people would talk about named subjects. We did that, and it was good because we could reach everyone.
Do you want to say a little bit then about how a trialogue works? You know, what's the kind of setup of it? About that.
Well, it's just basically meeting in a community space. That's really quite important, a kind of neutral space where people might gather naturally. So we've traditionally done them in cafes and community centres, I think, haven't we, predominantly? And that works well, really. Places where people would go and gather with friends to chat about things, so it's a really natural environment, and it's a neutral, a hierarchy-free space. And there are ground rules that we usually use, but the most important one, I would say, is that everybody leaves their hat at the door.
Yeah, I'd like to say to Carolyn, thank you for celebrating the fact that we're a bit different, but we're human. So thank you for that.